It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Tuesday show.
Tuesday.
We have a couple of things that are cooking. I got to tell you, who did the opus?
Kyber did yesterday, and Joseph's working on them today.
And we fixed the viewership of it, the cleanliness of the video. It's not grainy or anything. So that's new, and it looks really, really good. Congratulations on that piece. We are also announcing the karaoke piece. I forgot to announce that yesterday with JoJo up in Melbourne. And we have Alex working on a campaign where we're going to show you the people that sing every Sunday. So there are going to be snippets, maybe a minute long each one. And you be the judge. And then we're going to tell you the two people that the judges picked for the winners of that day. And we're going to do this for 8 weeks. And then you and I are going up on the 27th to judge it. You ready for that?
Absolutely.
What is this? What are you?
Absolutely.
Homely the mouse?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to go up to Melbourne Beach to Cheers on the Beach?
Yes. To judge it, to pick a winner, which we're then going to have them come here and sing for us. We'll do a couple of sets, maybe 5 sets, and then we could have a song every day for 5 days.
Nice.
Put it on the radio.
Very nice.
And then we also have Mad Mike the Pirate that's going to make his debut this Thursday. And then the following Thursday, it's Pirates Day. But we're going to have Mad Mike here who's going to do a whole campaign on pirating. And he's going to lead us into parts unknown. And you can come down and take pictures with him and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Apparently it's National Pirates Day on September 19th?
Yes, it's International Talk Like a Pirate Day, actually.
All right, so how do you talk like a pirate day?
Well, arr, you know.
Arr, arr, shiver my timbers.
Sponging for rum.
So is this what you're going to walk around doing next
Yeah,
Thursday?
arr, yes.
I think
Shiver
that's the
my
same day as
timbers.
Teddy's birthday. I know, she's
Is she a
September
pirate?
5th. We missed her birthday. She was September 5th.
Yeah, but she's not here. So I
September
can't see
19th
her.
is International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Yes.
So is everyone coming dressed as a pirate?
If they want to.
Do
I always make it optional for them.
It's optional. When is International Pirates Day as a whole?
Well, I know that in May, like May 5th or the 9th, it's International Mermaid Day.
Well, that's not a pirate, but okay.
Yeah, but it's in the same category.
Why?
Because pirates and mermaids go together like, you know, gold and rum.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Pirates and mermaids go together?
He dated a mermaid.
Well, I had one that I could have very well have been a mermaid.
See?
And
Pirates
I'm very
and
fond
mermaids.
of her.
Pirates and mermaids go together. That's because when you go back in time, tell me how. I know you've got
Okay,
facts.
so most of the pirates that we know, they operated mostly in the, well, you know, since we're here in Florida, which is at the north of what they call the West Indies, most of those pirates were known as privateers or buccaneers. And the only difference between them were whether or not they had legal precedent. So a privateer, they had special permission from a king or queen to work as like a mercenary. But if you continue that after the war, you were considered a pirate.
That's right, because they fought in the wars. They
Right.
also were mercenaries. And I'm glad you brought this up because when I was in Charlotte and in Savannah, especially Savannah, there were places that the pirates used to come into port
Yes.
and hang out. And those places now are the old buildings that they've kept. And the pirates' lore is in each one of these buildings, and the rum and everything else that went with
Right.
it.
In fact, it's from the pirates that we get mixed drinks. Right. They
I'm still
also
wondering how they go together with a mermaid, though. Is that because the mermaids are always swimming around the pirate
yes,
ships?
because back in the day they saw the manatees and they mistook them for mermaids.
Well, they do the same thing nowadays. You have a singer, and what do they have? An entourage.
Well, no, I was wondering about the mermaids, but apparently they were misseen manatees.
Right, because remember, many of them had been on a ship for
Drinking, they're pirates
drinking
drink.
months, and the lighting conditions were always weird.
And there's so much rum in them that they started to look at people like they were all mermaids.
So the manatees were mermaids and
Maybe.
vice versa.
Or maybe they were real
in fact,
mermaids.
the manatee family is called, their scientific name is called sirenas, which is siren.
So do mermaids really exist?
Look, we know more about distant planets than we do the bottom of the ocean, so I don't my philosophy in life is until it's been disproven definitively, don't discount it.
Wow, can you imagine a real live mermaid?
Well, I mean, just recently we discovered a basis for hobbits.
Where?
What's a hobbit?
You remember the little people from Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Well, recently they discovered a branch of humanity in Indonesia that was only about 3-4 feet tall, and they were called they were given the scientific name Homo hobbit florenza, or the Hobbit. And so in the area, there's stories of these little people that were terrifying, that would kidnap children, but they would also hunt elephants and Komodo dragons.
Do you
There are
remember
certain-
my birthday? You had the little hobbit come in?
I had a midget. Are we allowed to say that?
But every culture has stories like that in their folklore.
Michael, I feel like you should come up with a segment once a week or every day about folklore and put it together. And
Well, I'm just telling you, man, Mike the Pirate on Thursday.
But folklore and mermaids.
He's going to have a story every Thursday.
and maybe you can bring in some equipment like your pirate's chest
Yeah,
or
exactly.
something we can
A
share.
mermaid. Bring in a mermaid.
Well, I've got the tail back in my apartment.
Yeah, but you got to get the rest of the body.
I know.
Danny will put it on.
Who?
Danny.
Danny's going to be a mermaid? She would put it on.
She would be a cute mermaid.
I don't know about cute
You could
mermaid,
be a
but she'll be there.
merman. You want to be a
know,
merman?
Well,
Da-
traditionally, mermen were actually not as attractive as the mermaids.
Well, do you know
Oh,
Danny's
that's
actually
always-
watching the show? Danny, keep your eyes on the road.
You want to be a merman?
No, I don't want to be a merman. I don't want to be a mermaid. I don't want to be a merman. I don't even want to be a pirate.
So do merman and mermaids mate?
Yes,
Do they have mer children?
probably. I mean, in the British Isles, they have a version called a selkie, which to the untrained eye, it looks like a seal. But at a certain time of the year, they would shed that and be these beautiful women and men. And if you could catch the seal skin, you could actually convince them to stay and marry. But once they found it, they were gone.
And
How
where's
much
this?
rum have you drunk?
Yeah, this is British Isles folklore. We also have in the British Isles the Dullahan, which is our equivalent, is the British Isles version of the Headless Horseman.
You
He's
know
got
that
all
story.
the information.
This guy, he's like an encyclopedia.
He's got all the information.
He's like
wow,
the World Book.
interesting. Have you ever had a TV dinner?
Yes.
Remember TV dinners?
I had it every night.
Right? What did yours go to for a TV dinner?
Oh, let's see. As a kid, I used to have those kid cuisines. Does anybody remember those?
Sure.
But that's not a TV dinner.
Yeah, it's a
for-
microwave dinner. That's what TV dinners are
For-
nowadays.
When we were growing up,
Nowadays,
it was the
yes.
Swanson, right? You had the corn, and
Yeah.
the apples, and then like either
Chicken.
the
or the
chicken.
brownie, or the mashed potatoes.
And that's when a serving size was truly a serving size. When that was your serving size. Now that's a sample.
But that chicken
And then
was
you
so
scoop it.
was so hard. Do you know that my mother used to take the aluminum foil and bang it out long enough to make trays, to make aluminum trays to cook on?
Really?
Yeah, because we didn't have money, so she used to use.
She would
the
save
aluminum.
them?
Yeah,
Wow. Wow, your mom should have written a book.
we're the ones that had to eat it. I should have written a book.
Write a book about, it's like how to be frugal and stretch your dollar. Now everyone would totally use that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when I buy 2-liter soda bottles, I'll cut them in half and turn them into mini greenhouses.
And what do you grow?
I've grown onions, basil. I'm growing an avocado.
He's just a man of mystery.
He
so
belongs on a
many
farm.
things.
So do you put your soda in the refrigerator?
Yeah.
You do.
But when I have the 2-liter bottles and
they
they're
fit?
empty, I'll cut them in half and then I get 2 greenhouses out of them.
How do you get the second greenhouse off the top? How do you get it to stand?
So I cut it down the middle and then invert them. So the part with the bottle
Oh,
cap.
so they're like boats?
So they're
Oh,
like,
that's-
for example, so they're both angled down, but the bottom part goes over the plant, and then the top part goes over the other part of the plant.
So you get rid of the bottle part.
Right,
Oh no, so you've got a bottom and then that's the lid.
right.
Ingenious. You
And
could
so,
be a teacher.
when you water the soil and you put that over the plant, the heat from the sun traps causes it to evaporate and creates all the humidity that allows the plant to
You know
thrive.
that whole wall? That was a greenhouse. Like, put plants in it. and then the
No,
hole,
we're not putting plants in it. Not
and
putting
then
plants.
the hole will be
But
like
we are
the
going to do
humidity.
something with it, but it ain't going to be plants.
Or you know those shoe organizers? You know the ones you hang up? You can punch a couple holes in there, some soil, and you can grow your herbs out of that.
I feel, Michael, we could make a reel, like TikToks and reels out of all the things you do. You could just film those and speed them up because that's what everybody's watching. And all of these things I've watched, you can put like pancake batter in one of them.
Didn't we have this conversation about Man Mike, the pirate, on Thursdays? We're going to be doing all these things.
Yes.
Was she part of the
But
conversation?
all the things he does with like his
That's what we're talking about.
do-it-yourselfers.
He's going to do that.
His greenhouses
Everything.
and all of that.
Everything. Mike is going to open up his war chest. And in his war chest, he's going to have a special every Thursday. And you can come down and take pictures with Mike the Madman over here. And it's going to be fun. And if you have kids and you want to bring the kids into the studio, things of that nature as well.
Very cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of layers over there. We might as well explore what they are.
Like Shrek, unwrap the onion and see all the layers.
Don't tell
he's
them that
got.
because they'll come in with a giant onion.
Well, actually, I am growing my own onions.
Oh, God.
How many onions can you fit in a 2-liter bottle? I'm going to tell Chuck.
Well, no, so I
when he's
just
done
use
with the soda
I
bottle,
use the
you
bottle
should turn them into
to
greenhouses.
create ideal growing conditions, actually. So I have a little planter on my back patio that I actually grow them in.
We saw your back patio, by the way.
Yeah.
No, he was doing his wax seal at the time.
Yeah,
did
that was
some really
actually
cool
my
things.
room, actually, when I did the wax seals.
How many bedrooms you have?
Well, it's a 2-bedroom apartment.
It's very cool.
Who lives with you?
Well, I've had 2 roommates in the last 5 years. So hopefully one of my friends is going to move in with me. And that way I don't have to deal with the nonsense that I've had to deal with roommates.
That would be nice. That would be nice. All right, shall we take a commercial break? See
Yes,
who we've
we
got
have
on the other side of
authors
the
and
VMix?
stuff. Yep, absolutely.
All right, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Brooklyn Cafe TV for exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Like and
Exclusive.
subscribe, exclusive to Ant Media Productions to see all of the shows that we produce right here in the studio.
Exclusive?
More to come. 888-994-4995, Studio A. We'll be right back.
Ant Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Give me the mozzarella. 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 Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Frank A. Ruffolo, a renowned author and screenwriter known for his books such as 10048, Blue Falcon, Memoir of a Soldier, and his latest, Samuel of Sarah. Check out his website, frankaruffolo.com, for more info or purchase his books on Amazon.
Ant Media Futures Foundation is a non-for-profit organization dedicated to providing college students with immersive opportunities in media production, marketing, business skills, and communication.
Interns will learn professional workflow skills in editing, video and radio broadcasting, public relations, digital media, graphic curriculum, and access to equipment to make a positive impact.
Amp Media Productions is a full-service production house with a variety of shows ranging from the Brooklyn Cafe show.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a very busy Wednesday.
Sarah Spiritual.
Right here on the Oldies station, you're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
Call me Zena.
Teach by example, and that's what I try to do all the time, to teach by example.
Artist Loft.
Using that term more. Yeah, lofties, yeah.
And Gypsy Soul.
They love music. It's like their favorite thing to go to.
I teach like preschool up to 12th grade.
Yeah, nice.
You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Amp Media Productions. Please like and subscribe to all of our shows.
I want to be in first class. Champagne, please.
Dying comfort.
That's good. We offer opportunities to excel in the field of TV film production, social media management, video editing, set design, graphic design, sound engineering, journalism, and many more useful tools to help you land a career in the media business.
To volunteer or be a part of our team, or to make a donation of any size, please visit us at ampfutures.org. Help us to empower college students to create a positive impact with immersive hands-on experiences in media production. Help us amplify the future.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back, mateys.
So we're waiting for Chanel to come on. We have an author joining us.
Yes, absolutely. And
Cynthia Robinson.
Cynthia Robinson, and I was at the market. I think it was Charlotte where I was at. It's a blur now because there were so many places that we went to. And I was walking through the market. I had just gotten my Batman hat, you know, the hat that I was wearing. So I was on a high, and I see this author, and she has these books. That reminds me of the author that came in with Where's Freddie?
Okay.
And when we put her on, you're going to see what I'm talking about. But she has the same theme about self-confidence in the books that she puts forward. So I said, how would you like to be on TV with us? And she said yes. And she couldn't make it the first time because she had a meeting with her bosses or whatever. But we were fortunate enough to grab her today. So.
All right, let's bring her over.
Hello.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I hope you are.
We're doing very well.
Good.
And
thank you for having me today.
No problem. Thank you for coming on.
Tell us about your books.
Well, first of all, let me tell you, you were in Charleston. I know it's all a blur for you now.
What did I say, Charlotte?
Yeah.
I knew it started with a C.
You were close. You were only a few hours
I was also inebriated the following days after that. Like a pirate.
I thought you were just always that fun.
He is always that fun. It's always a joy. I hear static. I don't know where it's coming from, though. Okay. He's always that fun. He's just a joy every step of the way.
I can tell. Well, thank you for having me on. So the name of my book is Because I Love Me. I actually have several books, but that's my latest book, and it's Because I Love Me. And it is to empower young people to love who they are at an early age, to give them self-esteem and for them to embrace who they were created to be, so that as they grow older and encounter challenges in the world, they already have that embedded in them, that they are loved, they are strong, they are powerful, they can do hard things, and that they're perfect just the way they are.
How many books have you written?
I have 12 children's books, and then I have 3 books that are geared for adults, yes.
Now, we were talking because her books, you can buy them anywhere because she has international and national exposure to this thing. So that was my whole angle on this, because you're always bringing up the foundation. I gave her a card for the foundation about inner peace and having securities and things of that nature. And that's what her book is all about, all of them, all about that. Do we have a picture of the books? So we're going to put the picture of the books up as well.
Awesome.
Wow.
Look at these things.
So these are all in rhyme, Cynthia?
They are all rhyming books. Yes, I have a love for poetry. I've had a love for poetry since I was a young child, and so it was just natural that my books would all be rhyming books because I love writing poetry, and children learn better that way. It helps them with phonemic awareness, and so I think it's a great learning tool as well.
Are you a teacher?
I'm not a teacher, but I do work for a school district. I'm a communications director for a school district, and I have 4 children in the school system as well. And so I see the in and outs of what children deal with every day. My husband is a mental health counselor, and then I see some of the things that children need from an educational standpoint as well. So I'm really blessed to have that advantage as well.
Wow, that's truly unbelievable. I was watching, the other day I was watching Demi Moore, I guess it was yesterday. You know, Demi Moore is just perfection, right? Apparently she's 61, that you wouldn't know it. And she went back and said, if I had only loved me then, like I do now, but look at your body. You've always been Demi Moore. Remember, she even did the whole naked pregnancy piece? She said, but she never even loved her body then when everyone else wanted to be her, because people just don't love themselves. Even if they look perfect to everybody else, they don't have that inner love, and that changes everything. So I love this book that you're putting forward.
Thank you. And, you know, I even, dealt with struggles growing up. I mean, my gap was one of the things that, kids would kind of pick at me about. Now everybody wants one. But, growing up, that was a thing, because it was so different. It was so unique. And I just felt like, oh, it must be something wrong with me because no one else has that. And so even in some of my illustrations are very diverse in this book. I have kids, of course, with a gap, but I have kids with cleft lip palate, kids in wheelchairs, kids with vitiligo, just various things that kids see on a daily basis, but they may not look that way. And so I wanted to kind of make that a normal thing for them to see children. Oh, even kids with freckles, that's some of the things that children deal with growing up. And so I just wanted children to look at this book, see themselves in the book, and realize that you are beautiful the way you are.
I got to tell you, and I'm going to get the books because I want to have them for Doorknob and Joey and them, because I realized something. Linda buys books, and when they come over, they sit for hours. And they read these books. And I remember doing this with Freddie when he was young. And Jill, not so much. I don't know why. But this type of material is a little bit different because it's talking about how you can get confidence and things of that nature, right? And so we go to Costco and we look for certain books. This is something taught to me. I didn't realize that there are books out there that help the cause if you look for them. But she's an encyclopedia. She's a library of everything you got to have to show, in my case, my grandkids, to show them some confidence and everything else. I mean, they're unbelievable. And when there must have been, 300 vendors in this place that you were at?
Yeah, it's a lot of vendors there.
And to pick her out among all these vendors, you have to be there to experience it because the books are a reflection of her. And you sit there.
That's so sweet.
And you say to yourself, this lady is unbelievable. Now, that town is unbelievable when it comes to people. I have never met such nice people in my life. From the hotel to even the horses there are unbelievable.
Well, you were in the South. That's kind of what the South is known for.
The South is known for their hospitality.
It is.
Did you have some
I've
biscuits?
never heard of the horses being nice. That's funny.
Well, I went to Georgia, and I was at a party, and I had this woman come and sit on my lap to take pictures. That's hospitality.
You went to a party?
Yeah.
In
No,
Georgia?
not this time. When I knew Sarah.
Okay.
When she went to the University of Georgia, I went to her graduation stuff, and there was all these people were so nice, and this lady decided to sit on my lap and taking pictures. I don't know what that was all about. But I got to tell you, 300 people, and everybody's selling goods, and they have all sorts of contraptions, and we bought gadgets and widgets and what have you. But the one author that I saw, because of the person that she was her. Sincerity, loyalty, the product that you bring, and I says, I got to bring her on the show because it reminds me of the author you brought in that I did not get to meet her with the book here the day you brought her, and it's in the back. It's unbelievable. So I loved, how do people get your material?
So my books are all available on Amazon.com. They're also available at Barnes and Noble. And you just search my name, Cynthia Tatum Robinson, and they will come up. But you can also visit my website at rhymetimeadventures.com. And so my books are available there as well. And also Walmart online is now stocking Because I Love Me.
I love it.
I love that.
And I
We do
really appreciate you out of all the vendors. Thank you so much for choosing me to be on the show. I mean, this is truly my heart. And I just really believe that all of us have a gift and something on the inside of us that we can use to help change the world. And I don't know how much I'm changing the world, but I just wanted to do my part. And this is my way of doing that.
one child at a time, it makes a difference.
That's right. That's right.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. It means so much to be on here. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Appreciate having
Thank you. And if you get a
thank you.
chance,
All
maybe you
right.
can send us one of your books and we can help promote it and show people what we've got.
I would love to do that. Thank you both so much, and you have a wonderful day.
Thank you,
You
you
too.
as well.
All right. Bye-bye.
I got to tell you, the trip was amazing. And to meet somebody like her, I met her on the last day when I was shooting out north. It just rounded everything up, I got to meet somebody who just gets it. You know how you're always saying to me, sometimes people just don't get it. But sometimes you meet somebody who just gets it. And it's a tribute to what she does. And I was really happy that she came on and showed off her goods.
Wonderful. Very nice.
was fun.
Nice lady.
Very nice lady.
Very
nice lady.
Do we have
But-
Chanel on the line by chance?
Oh, we
Awesome.
do. Oh, excellent. Let's bring her on.
But she seems like such a nice lady, and it'd be great to see the books.
I got to tell you, if she was here, you would be sitting with her, all the stories that she tells you about how the road of the books and everything else that she had going on. Linda kept walking to do other vendors. I stayed behind. I spent the whole thing, and then I went back to my room. But it was really worth it. And she's really one of
Oh,
those
is the market
people.
attached to your hotel?
Right across the street.
Oh, okay.
We were right in the middle of downtown, in the middle of everything,
Nice.
with the horses and everything.
Very nice.
Yeah, I tell you the horse story. Right?
Yes. The nice horse.
Yes.
All right, we're going to bring over Pamela Chanel David. She has been a longtime host of the Reinvented Life show, and we've expanded to the Reinvented Life Network. And we are hitting our next season of the Reinvented Life show. I believe we're premiering it tomorrow. So welcome back, Chanel.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
And there she is.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I've been through a lot this year, but it is exciting to be here and feeling great. And I just love the confidence that your last guest was talking about.
She's wonderful, right? And it's about starting young. And I feel like if I knew then what I know now, but it's always perception.
Well, I got to tell you, Chanel, not for nothing, if I had you with me on the trip that I went, because all I did was meet people. Everywhere I went, I met the owners. Yeah, he was there too. I met the owners of different restaurants and met, there was over 300. There just wasn't enough time. But everything that you talk about was displayed in this market. It was unbelievable. The confidence, getting things done, and him too, not waiting for anybody to give you the green light to do things, just doing things. Everything that you have taught me and shown me in the last year was on display, which was amazing.
I would have loved to have been there because just, her alone as being one of them and talking about teaching these children, as you just said, Dawn, if we knew back then what we're relearning now, lives would be changed.
Oh my gosh, Chanel, if they had social media when I was a child, I would have been cyberbullied beyond even comprehension. Between my eye patch and my headgear and the braces and being overweight, forget about it. I would not even probably still be on this earth in any functioning capacity. Thank goodness they didn't have it then. But there are still kids that are going through what I went through. Kids in wheelchairs, even freckles apparently, that's not normalized anymore. That has got to be really, really hard to be, and what's going on with the bullying now. And I think that's why it's close to my heart, because it could have been me.
Right. It could have been any of us. I mean, I went through as an adult what I probably wouldn't have had I had that knowledge before. Have a co-host here. But truly, it's amazing what she's doing because she's giving people the confidence that they need, and so much of what we talk about is about confidence, is about leveling up yourself and being the best version of yourself and how to get there. And if you can teach that as a child, wow, you'd be so much farther ahead.
And you've got a new season kicking off, I think, tomorrow on the Reinvented Life show. It's part of the Reinvented Life Network. And things that are... Switching mics here. New season, new ideas, new things to talk about, because you started with your journey of losing a ton of weight and getting into better health. But back before you lost the weight and got into better health, it wreaked havoc on your body. So when our body catches up sometimes, we're like, but look what we did. And they're like, well, look what you did. And here you are now going through a whole bunch of things, hopefully on the other side.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because we always have our challenges in front of us. And if we put our challenges before we put our souls, if we put our challenges before we put who we authentically are, then we get caught up in that whole idea that we're not enough, that we're not good enough, that we aren't doing enough, aren't being enough. And one of the things that one should learn as early on as possible is undo all of that conditioning that has taught us that. You know, you just mentioned Demi Moore, probably one of the most iconic, beautiful women of all time. Yet didn't even realize who she was. And I think that's so indicative for people. We don't know who we are, and in the process, we're shortchanging ourselves. And so in this new season of the Reinvented Life, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to how have we shortchanged ourselves along the way. And then it shows up everywhere. It shows up in our personal space. It shows up in our business space. And that's what the new season is all about, is how to overcome that and dig deeper and really come out the other end of challenges you're facing.
I got to tell you, I am looking forward to splitting the new season in two ways. One, do what you always do because it's necessary and needed. And then after yesterday's experience, we went to Boca High School and we sat with their media classes, two of them. And there was an A set and there was a B set. And I got to tell you, there are two different worlds of people, how they view what we do. And your message has to be hit, if not earlier than high school, if we can do it, but it has to be hit at an early age because it mushrooms, this lack of self-confidence mushrooms, and it becomes a real target and a real problem. So I wanted to bring in both sessions. Dawn's been talking to the school. I noticed that you
They're
were
bringing, I think, 6 kids in November.
I got to tell you, I wish that they would come every month because if we can reach them early to teach them what you're teaching now, us at our age, I think we got a shot. I think we got a shot at making a difference. And if you're looking at right now the news of what's going on in Georgia, there were actually 12 attempts of bad stuff to happen that they caught in time after this one incident that happened. And all this bullying and this not having self-confidence, that you grow up with this thing and you take it with you onto life and weight and sickness and bad business and bad marriages and everything else. And we're putting bandages on it. We're not curing the problem from early set. So yesterday it was bigger than you realize. You wait, you watch. You're going to be making a difference on these young kids, on these young minds.
It's important.
And it helps prevent later on in life all the deconditioning we need to do. You know, so much of the work at the Reinvented Life and with clients and with business is about the unlearning, is about the undoing, is about the shedding of conditioning that people have spent sometimes decades living into. And that is the important message of the work that's being done with children, because if they can learn that they don't have to fall into all of those societal messages that make people less than versus more than. We want to create leaders. We don't want to create people that just follow the conditioning, assume that it's correct, and then create these downward spirals in their life.
So this is amazing. I'm so glad to have you back. How are you feeling?
You know, I'm feeling good, and I think that's a message too. Early on this year, I broke a foot bone in a very just fluky twist when I was walking. There wasn't any heroics involved at all. But the effects of that, the foot was healed within weeks. But the effects of that on the other part of my body caused me to fall into a place where I have a collapsed pelvis and I have a collapsed foot, and haven't been able to walk without assistance of a walker. And you go from having fitness and infusing that into your life as an adult to suddenly feeling like you can't walk again. And it's crazy. So when you ask how I feel, I'm overcoming that. I'm going through the physical therapy. I'm going through all of that. And it's very interesting, because had I not had what I had in terms of the ability to overcome from a mindset standpoint, this too could be debilitating in one's life. And so we're going to talk about what happens in life, and when you get down or when you feel down from anything that's happening, how do you recover? Because life's going to happen. Things are going to hit. Things around you are going to hit. Just the world alone is full of such challenges right now. How do you overcome that when you start falling into stuff? And now I'm working to walk unassisted without my walker anymore, and gonna take step by step. And I'm starting with a walking stick. And yesterday I started walking unassisted for the first time. So
wow,
it's a process. But whatever it is, physical, mental, emotional, there are going to be challenges. We have to face that, but we have to know, how do we equip ourselves to keep on driving and keep on moving and being the authentic person that you are inside when those challenges are there.
That's the challenge.
That's what we talked about this morning.
Because when you're good, you're good. But if you're not good, then you're like, how do
But
I
al-
stay good?
But always feel you're good. Always feel you're good, because one slip up and everything goes sideways. We used to do something in here. Are you the best at what you do? Remember that? And the kids knew at one time, they used to say, well, maybe I send them home. And the answer is yes. There is no exception. There is absolutely no exception to that rule. Absolutely not, because the world is expecting you to say there's always room for improvement. You know what? The hell with that. Enough of that. We got to go with the top layer and work our way down. What do they say? You get an A in a class and you can only lose it? You ever had that in your life? I had that one time.
Did you lose it?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
I felt that they were giving me the best an opportunity to earn the grade I deserved, but I had to live for it. I had to work for it. So don't give up. Keep going. And I'm going to tell you, I will never forget that trip yesterday, because it really meant a lot to what she talks about, what you talk about, what all of us are trying to accomplish, what he talks about at his age. Can you imagine if somebody had given him the opportunity that she's talking about when he was 20?
True.
Think about that.
Wow. Awesome. Chanel, thank you so much. We're going to, tomorrow, the Reinvented Life Show. We're coming back.
Excited to be back, and just the spirit that you both continue to bring, and the energy, that's what it all boils down to, is what energy are you bringing forward? And we've all had our moments. Listen, I've had my own moments, many of them over this past year, unexpected. Went into the year just excited to launch this network, and challenges happen, but whatever it takes to overcome that and be who you are. I always like to leave with, we are not human doings. We are human beings. So be all you can be and bring yourself forward.
I love that.
Good stuff.
All right. We're going to see you tomorrow. What time? 4 o'clock?
See you. Yes, see you tomorrow.
Perfect.
When are you coming to Florida?
As soon as I can get on that plane, I'll tell you. A minute
Come
I
on
can
down.
get on
We got some things to share with you. We got 388 on Monday nights. We got a few events that you're gonna love.
I just want to come for a duration of time and be
Agreed.
there and experience all of this with you.
Just come and enjoy. All right. Things
Yeah.
to work on goals. All right. Have a wonderful day. Feel good. Welcome back. Welcome home.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye-bye.
I remember the first time I met that lady. And I told you there's something special about her. I didn't know her story. I didn't know anything she had gone through and none of that.
Perseverance, for sure.
I got to tell you, I love it.
All right, let's take a break. On the other side of this 1 o'clock hour, we've got a game just in time for our astrologist that Abdullah put together. And we've got Helen Archer, our astrologist of Cosmic Astrology Society. So more to come on the other side of this 1 o'clock hour, and we'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Hello, today is Tuesday, September 10, 2024, and these are the events that happened on this day in history. In 1897, the first drunk driving arrest is made. In 1977, the last victim of the guillotine is executed. In 1987, Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit is released as a single. 1960, Hurricane Donna batters the Florida Keys. In 1609, John Smith is elected to lead Jamestown.
That's this day in history.
Can you believe the guillotine? Guillotine? Is it guillotine or guillotine?
Either or.
1977 it was still being used? That's insane.
I knew who it was.
That's insanity. Wow. Wow. Wow, that's scary. When it's in your lifetime, that's pretty scary. Anyway, all right. You ready to talk astrology, Michael? Nice piece, nice spelling. I got a lot of things over here in my hip. Ready to run her open and see what we've got rocking and rolling? Because I can tell you I'm feeling it. Let's see. And there she is. We've got Helen Archer, our very own Cosmic Astrology Society in the house, talking about what's going on. I asked her. It's a lot of off-balance moments happening.
You are an off-balance.
Helen, I am so off-balance. It's, I don't even know. But that means the planets must be off-balance if I'm off-balance.
Well, the planets aren't necessarily off-balance, even though they have their off-balance moments. But no, for Aries right now, you've got Mars in stress, but you have Venus opposing in Libra, so partnerships should be beneficial. But it all is on diet, it's all on digestion, and so you need to calm yourself, because if you have an upset stomach, which Cancer rules the stomach, and Mars in Cancer, wherever sign Mars is in, it's going to upset what that sign rules. And so, got to calm yourself down, because emotions rise up. So what happens is, Cancer is like the first sign in the zodiac of emotion. It adds emotion to Aries, the spark of life, Taurus, the form of life, Gemini, the intellect, divided into a dichotomy of twins. And so Cancer adds emotion now. So we can have positive emotions such as love and nurturing and caring and empathy. And we can have negative emotions such as feeding on negative energy, subconscious urges, childhood problems like we were talking about before, lack of confidence, a lot of it brought on by what happened when you were younger. And Cancer is the crab, so it rules the claw, and Cancer likes to cling. It likes to cling to the past. It likes to cling to tradition. It clings to family. So Cancer needs to neutralize and equalize and not allow negative feelings and emotions to take control, because that undermines confidence.
It's pretty much it in a nutshell.
We have two kids that are having birthdays on Monday.
Who?
I don't know what signs.
That
Casey,
sign is Virgo.
Virgo, Casey and
Michael's
Highlighter.
is coming up also.
No, mine was last month.
Oh.
Highlighter and
23rd.
Casey. Monday and Tuesday of next week.
So this is all in the Virgo cycle.
Okay.
And Virgo is the sign of organization, of details, of planning, of wanting to be helpful, of trying to be neutral. But also Virgo likes to have status and likes to social climb. But for right now, Mercury entered Virgo today. So our emphasis is now on making things more efficient, of finding the best way to get from point A to point B, and all the steps in between. Virgo is good at that. So we should concentrate on, and it'll come up, some of the things we did last month that were not efficient, that did not promote accuracy. So facts and statistics are important to Virgo. Organization, classification, and analysis is all part of Virgo.
We've got one like that. Then I got one.
Then I got
who's
one that I think
polar
lost her way.
opposite.
I don't think she knows what the hell she is.
Danny
Well,
is totally Virgo then.
Yes.
Totally Virgo is, being neutral, being intellectual, being not so emotional.
Is there a cusp on Monday or something?
Monday is what, the 16th? No, but we do have an eclipse on the 17th in Virgo with the moon in Pisces. This is a partial lunar eclipse, so the moon won't be totally covered, just partially covered, and that's at 10:47 p.m. or something, so we're all going to see it here in the northern
And
hemisphere.
what's that going to mean for people like me that are very sensitive to what's happening planetary?
Am I going to not sleep again for the next week?
It depends on, how in control you are of your energies.
None.
That means
You need
I'm
to
up
meditate.
for
You
the
need
week.
to calm yourself. You need to do breathing exercises. And for right now, you ought to not try so hard to make things happen. You need to go back and, you realize what happened last month with Mercury retrograde. Mercury was in Virgo for the first half of the retrograde, so now it's coming back to those points. So we need to analyze what could we have done better and to concentrate on that and not try to get harmony in family relationships, because we have Venus in Libra, which is the sign that wants harmony, which is the sign of contracts and legal matters. And those right now, because of the negative Mars energy or the challenging Mars energy, sometimes instead of being intellectual and neutral and diplomatic, we tend to go with our emotions and our gut feelings, and sometimes that collides with being neutral.
Truth.
So there's a challenge there. Now, really, the eclipses, in terms of what we do as far as making major changes, we need to really wait till a month before and a month after a week before and a week after the eclipse. But we have another eclipse coming October 2nd. So we're in between the two eclipses. So change is possible. New ideas are possible. New roads to adventure, new roads to progress are coming up that were like eclipsed before. On the other hand, we still have Jupiter in Gemini, so we need to watch what we say. We need to watch what we put in writing. It could work against us, but it is a good time to mingle and socialize for success. Now, if you're planning events during this eclipse season right now, indoor events are going to be better than outdoor events because we never know what the weather is going to be. The eclipses affect the weather, and as you know, for like the last 2 weeks, the people on the Weather Channel have been saying, "Oh, it's so quiet," but we're going to have them. The back end of the eclipses, of the hurricane season, they never consider the eclipses. And in the decades that I've been studying astrology, there's always hurricanes and bad storms or bad weather during the eclipse season. So we've had the hurricane in the Pacific. We had that big thing that hit Vietnam. We had another one around Hawaii. And now we've got, as I was saying, the Gulf states are affected, and Mars in Cancer rules the deep south, including cities like Atlanta and Charleston, also rules New York City. So the oceans are going to rise up. There's going to be flooding, but we have a positive aspect from Saturn, so the effects won't be as severe. The storms will be there, but it won't be as severe as in some years.
It's important, the information she's given us, because of what we just went through last week, where the severity, it wasn't like it washed away buildings, but lightning will strike, and we got hit.
We got that here.
And we got hit by lightning, and it shut things down. So we have a plan B now in play. And something in my ear is telling me that I got to get this done, because I have a feeling we're going to have a couple of more.
Well, that's what you told Andy when he was here. Can you put up the lower thirds, please? That's what you had said.
Yep, and now that she's saying it, I'm hearing it again, and we have an opportunity to put. My biggest fear is that these flame outs take equipment out. Like we lost the wire, we lost the router, we lose certain parts of the studio because it has to go somewhere. That's my biggest fear, but you can't control that. That's just weather. So.
No, you can't control it, but you have to be prepared. People should be prepared. Have water, have supplies, so you don't have to do things at the last minute. And expect that there's going to be unexpected weather conditions. And I'm hoping it doesn't flood the farms, but it might, because we were saying about the food being ruled by Mars and Cancer, and shortages or other issues. And also, Mars in Cancer rules houses, so we may have flooding in houses, not to the point where the houses are destroyed, but just, work that needs to be done and make improvements. So if you're prepared, you're going to be better off than if you don't prepare.
You think it's going to be a real severe winter?
I haven't looked into the winter yet. I think the eclipses will probably be around February and March, so that would be severe weather around there. We'll talk about that after these eclipses, but from now, the 17th, because we're a week away, until the 2nd of October, which is about the middle of October, we can expect unusual weather events. And they're already saying there's rumblings of some of the volcanoes in Italy. So that's what happens with the eclipses. We have natural disasters and volcanoes and earthquakes and big storms that come up.
And what about business? When are we ready to grow business again? Because we've been
Business is
holding
good.
right now.
Business
Okay.
is not bad. We have Pluto in Capricorn, so we're rethinking our business. We have to cut down on government. So this is becoming apparent now that government is too big and taking too much of our money. We also have to limit some of the interest rates that the banks are charging for credit cards, because that's adding to the enormity of the debt, but a lot of that debt is interest rates. So we need to come to some kind of a situation and conclusion to work on that and make it more affordable for people.
And we've got the debate tonight.
Then the debate tonight. So the debate tonight, when I'm looking at the two candidates, they're both full moon people. They both have the sun and the moon in opposites. So the best thing for them is to stay neutral. But also with the Virgo planets, having a knowledge and immediate recollection of the actual, truthful, accurate statistics and numbers of things and historic events, the more accurate they are, the better off they're going to be.
Well, that's already been pre-warned on accuracy and truths. So
You know, tonight is going to be a clever, whoever's clever is going to win the debate tonight. And if you lash out at one another, that's not going to help you. I think you have to be smart. I think that the American people finally want to see a change. If he has change, they want to see it tonight. If she is worthy of this thing, they want to see that change, because everybody keeps putting her on the track record of Biden. He's no longer involved. It's going to be her versus him. And finally, the American people can pick, have choice. Remember we talked about the 32 flavors? Well, here goes 2 flavors. You're going to be able to pick, but be smart about it. Look at what's behind what's going on here, how they're going to set each other up. This is going to be a wonderful debate, or maybe not.
Things to do.
I think they'll both be equal in terms of being good, of being accurate, of being on their game. And the best thing to do is to be conciliatory, like you said, be mature, be accurate, and just be yourself. So both of them have good planets, both of them have bad planets, so we'll see. It's neck and neck. I think both of them will come out good, and whoever's for Kamala is going to be more convinced. Whoever's for Trump is going to be more convinced, and it's still 50-50 as far as the polls
That's
are
right.
concerned. But people are going to act on their emotions. They're going to act on their gut feelings, and part of that is going to be how accurate the statistics and information that each candidate gives.
Because I don't think you're going to change people's minds.
No.
It's those that have not made up their mind yet is where we're going.
And the other thing is, you got to vote. I don't care who you vote for. You can vote for him, vote for her. It makes no difference.
Vote for you.
But you got to come out and vote. Because if you come out and vote, then I can say an honest opinion was had. I don't want to see 5 people show up, because that's not America. You know, you have an opportunity to make a point, good, bad, or indifferent. Go and vote. Don't be like those 2 knuckleheads at the gas station where they're fighting with one another because each one had their own opinion. That's fine. Take it to the polls. Let's do it the right way.
Okay.
I think with Venus and Libra, we'll be more tolerant of each other's opinions, even if we don't feel it in our gut.
Gotcha. Well, that's okay.
And
There's
how do
nothing wrong
people
with that.
find you?
I'm at Cosmic Astrology Society on Facebook. Come and join my group, and you can contact me there.
And I think they put a game together. Do we have Abdullah's game? So you need to stay. We haven't seen it, but apparently it's about the stars and the planets.
Astrology.
So we're going to see what Abdullah put together. So let's see if we got this. What does Leo translate to? The lion, the bull, the ram, or the maiden? The lion?
Right.
I like the maiden. That's like the mermaid.
The maiden is Virgo.
Ah, wow. This is nice.
And the lion likes to be center stage.
What is the Latin name of the crab? Virgo, Cancer. That's Latin? Is that where cancer comes from? Like the term cancer that we know of?
And also in Greek mythology, it's the crab that was during the second labor of Hercules.
Who is this guy?
What are the four elements?
Earth, fire, water.
Earth, wind, fire, and water?
No. Earth, air, fire, and water.
Earth, air, fire, and water. Not good,
air.
evil, void, and bacon.
Earth, air, fire, and water.
There's a movie called The Fifth Element where that's central to the story.
Well, what's the fifth element?
Is fire masculine or feminine?
Feminine.
I said masculine.
I say feminine.
Is it masculine or feminine?
It could be both, I
Masculine?
What you think it was? Masculine?
Masculine.
I think water is feminine. I don't think
I
it's
think women are all a bunch of hotheads.
Look how nice this game is. What symbol does this represent? Aries.
Aries.
That's me. Woo.
That's Aries?
Yes.
Bull, ram horns.
Oh, that's the second one. I didn't see the second. I thought that was a Taurus.
No, that's a circle.
What element is Scorpio? Scorpio's a crab, right?
Oh,
Scorpio's the scorpion.
Scorpion.
Water sign.
Is it water? I would
Yes.
think it would be Earth. Don't they live in the
Virgo is
desert?
Earth.
It's water.
Scorpio's like the water, right?
Yeah, it's the sign of ultimate emotion
Wow.
and passion.
I didn't
It's
know
water.
that. That's good. I married a Scorpio.
Who is the ruler of Sagittarius?
My sister.
Jupiter.
Jupiter?
So there's a planet that rules each sign?
Yes.
Who rules Pisces?
Okay, so before the outer planets were discovered, Pisces was ruled by Jupiter.
And
After
now?
the Neptune was discovered, it was given rulership over Pisces.
What does Pisces translate to? The fish.
The fish.
The fish.
The maiden, the scales, the Scorpio.
And if you like this, there's an anime where all the characters are based around the constellations.
Really?
That's cool.
And 12 of them are the zodiac.
Where did you see that?
It's an old anime called Saint Seiya, but in the US it's called Knights of the Zodiac.
What is that
Is
one?
that the Gemini?
Gemini, the twins.
Looks like a pie. Right?
It's just a double-bodied sign. It's like good and evil, night and day, black and white.
I tell you, Gemini's that's some sign. The Gemini.
You have to understand a Gemini. You have to be,
That would be the scales.
yes, Libra is.
Which one is it?
The one on the left?
The bottom
Top
is the
right.
Pisces. The top right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it looks familiar. It looks like the Lincoln Tunnel.
Yeah, because it's a scale. You know, the scales of good and evil.
The scales of justice.
That was a nice game he put together.
Brought to you by the Foundation.
That was
by
very
Futures.
cool. And he said to me, I don't know anything about astrology or the planets. I'm like, let's see what you come up with. Nice
Very
job,
interesting.
Abdullah.
I'd like to see that anime if we can get your hands on it.
Yeah, it's actually on Tubi and Netflix and all that stuff.
Maybe you can put a piece together for us for Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job today. All right.
Excellent. How do people get in touch with Helen?
Helen,
Cosmic Astrology Society on Facebook.
I'm going to learn to breathe and meditate, and I'll let you know how this eclipse season
And
rolls
we're
out
going
for
to
me.
relax, and we're going to not let emotions control us, and
Oh,
we're
that's
going
it.
to
You're done.
network and
You're
talk
done.
to people and promote ourselves.
You're done.
Thank you.
You know, it's interesting because we should take Helen with us at 388. and
She was with us last time.
And let business people, I know, as the business people
Yes.
begin to come in, because any advice is good advice if you listen. You know, they tell you not to do something, you end up doing it, and then you say, oh, she wasn't right. Well, she told you not to do it. But you always have choice. But it'll be interesting to see people's reaction to what she tells them.
We have Helen bring her cards. They can just pick one card. Remember, like Lucy did? There was the kissing booth, but Helen can have the card reading table. You pick one, and it's just like a tease. If you want your entire reading, you can book it with Helen. But you get a card. Pick a card, any card.
Well, you know, down at Earthbound Trading Company at Coral Square Mall, they've got crystal balls there.
And what did they do?
Well, it's, you know,
It's energy. It
crystal
harnesses
ball?
energy. Well, any crystal is like a conduit for energy.
You've used a crystal ball in the past?
I don't have a crystal ball to do, you know, psychic readings. That's not where I'm at. I use crystals, you know, to help me open the channel so I can get more inspiration, because, you know, when I'm looking at the planets, I need to know what to interpret and what they actually mean. So, yes, I need to get to my inner self to figure it out.
I've
And
actually
crystals
seen that.
help. And also, like if you're looking for romance, you know, rose quartz, you want to have some rose quartz. If you're looking for health, you want to have some aventurine, which helps your health. If you're looking for money, you want to have some jade. And all of those I like to charge at the full moon, so I take them outside and I let the full moon shine on them to energize them and charge them.
And then what do you do with them?
I have them on my little space.
So you
where I
put them in
meditate.
your area? You put them in strategic areas or anywhere?
Well, you want to develop an area where you know, are building your channel so that you can contact the cosmos and receive cosmic energy and inspiration and all the good things that, you know, the universe has for you. So you have one spot where you meditate, you have one spot where you sit and think or create. And if you put crystals there, that just enhances the flow of energy and helps you be calm and tranquil and receive.
You should get a better jade.
Get some jade?
Yes, you want jade.
Get some jade. But I'm not talking about, you know, something like this. You want to make an impact. Yeah.
I'll make an impact. All right. Crystal
I'll
store.
go find a jade.
Heading to the crystal store. All right, Helen, thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us.
for
Michael,
having me.
Nice job. Helen, that was awesome. Abdullah, that game was amazing.
It was good.
Good game. And to our crew, thank you for all that you do. We got more pieces. We've got new crew, some new elements, and TikToks coming out. So they're all working hard.
I saw one. He did one about the Kobe Bryant sneakers.
Okay.
I tell you, it was a true story, and he found something that they posted. It's amazing. Also, before we leave, don't forget, 388 on Monday nights. Come and join us from 5 to 7. 7?
7.
5 to 7? 5:30 to 7.
5:30 to 7.
5:30 to 7. Come on out. We're going to have more entertainment, and the more of you that come out, the more we can stretch out the entertainment we want to offer you. But come to 388 Restaurant by Sal. It's right here on Federal. We had a nice time yesterday. We'd like to keep it rolling.
All right. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe. Be kind to each other. Stay dry. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Broken Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.